Good morning, good morning, good morning. This is Dr. Herbert Harris, and this is Success Mentorship Class number 336. Wow. I want to welcome each and every one of you on Instagram, beautiful, and those on Zoom, and those on Facebook. Thank you so much for joining us today, because this is an incredible day, your day for success, your day to create the success that you desire and you deserve in this lifetime. You know, our teachings are based on our book. Oops. That was interesting. On our book, The 12 Universal Laws of Success, and on all the other books, the other positive, powerful books that we've read over the years. And today's message is one that is designed to help you get through to the end of this year victoriously, to help you be, do, and have all that you want. This year, this message is I am that I am. A powerful message. We're going to talk a little scripture, but this is not religious. The Bible is a book of spiritual principles. And this morning we're going to be applying spiritual principles in our everyday life and using these principles to guide us, to uplift us, and to give us the power to be, do, and have anything we desire. I invite you, of course, to visit our website, herbertharris.com. And there's so many goodies there. Your copy of the 12 Universal Laws of Success. You can book a success consultation with me. But in any event, it will give you many courses, many messages that can uplift you. So before we get started, let us do our meditation to separate ourselves from the outside world and to focus our energies on the inside world so that we can be open and receptive for this message. So let's sit straight up in our seats. Put our feet flat upon the floor. Take a deep breath and hold it. Let it out slowly. Take a deep breath and hold it. Let it out slowly. And in this space of peace and relaxation, I am at peace with myself. Let us affirm that together. I am at peace with myself. Just let that peace sink in. And in this peaceful, harmonic state, my mind is open, receptive, and ready to learn. Let's affirm that together. My mind is open, receptive, and ready to learn. Take a deep breath. Let it out slowly. And so it is. This morning, our topic, I am that I am. You know, I think, we often think of it in a religious connotation and even in a philosophical connotation. But today we're going to be using the spiritual connotation to develop from this actionable thoughts and principles that can change our lives. I love to open with a quote. And this day, the quote is actually from the book of Exodus, the 3rd chapter and the 14th verse, and it says, "And God said unto Moses, I am that I am." And he said, thus shalt thou say unto the children of Israel, I am hath sent me unto you. And so the backstory, Moses had gone up on Mount Horeb, and God was speaking to him through the burning bush. And then speaking to him, giving Moses instructions. And Moses, like most of us, like when we get the word, when we get an idea, when we get a special vision to act on, many times we reject the vision. We find excuses to not make it happen. And Moses was no different. And when you go through the Bible, each and every person there is you, is some aspect of you. And so, of course, in street language, he said, well, if you want me to do all these things and I go tell them, then they're going to say, well, who told you? Who sent you? And God says, tell him I am sent you. And so I am is the making power. When you go back and you look at the Hebrew translation, I am has two profound meanings. One is I am who I am, meaning a presence of consciousness. And it also means I will be what I will be, meaning a time-independent consciousness. So this principle of I am is a powerful way of declaring who you are. You see, you use the principle. When you declare who you are, the world responds to you based on who you say yourself to be. And so how can we use this power, this making power, this I am power? And it's even a making power, it's a defining power. So often we use it in the negative. I am sick and wonder why you don't feel better. I am lonely and wonder why you permit people to come into your life that don't mean you well. I am broke and wonder why you don't have any money. You see, whatever you put after I am, you have created the vibration to manifest in your life. And see, the power of I am works positively or negatively. So when you say I am broke, you have created the vibration of brokenness. But when you say I am wealthy, I am abundance, you've created that vibration also. There's a story, there was a movie called Oh God. And George Burns, and I know many of you, anybody under 70 has probably never heard of George Burns, but George Burns said, little boy, George Burns was God. And the little boy asked him, he said, well, if you're God, why do you make sickness? Why do you make illness? Why do you make wars? Why do you make bad things? And God said, great question. Even though I'm God, I could never figure out how to create an up without a down. How to create positive without negative. How to create light without darkness. And so what this is saying is the creative principle operates absolutely. It does not make a value judgment on whatever the goal is, the objective is. We often talk about it as operating through the subconscious mind based on our feeling nature. So we may be talking in the path saying, oh, I'm rich, I'm happy, but inside your feeling nature says you're not. It says you're afraid. And your feeling gets the blessing. And so this I am power is an awesome power that you can use it as we go through this year and as we go through your life. You can use it in your everyday transactions to help you handle challenges, to help you handle hardship and disappointment. The scripture says, let the weak say I am strong. And so what this principle is saying is you always have the power to declare yourself to be the person who can handle the situation. The I am power also works very profoundly on the positive side, on the creative side. The I am power can help you achieve new heights, can help you do the impossible. One of the stories about Edison and Tesla, there was a time that Tesla was a very profound inventor. And when Tesla worked for Edison, they didn't really get along. Tesla came from Europe, very highly recommended, and Edison gave Tesla an assignment and told him that if you can solve this situation in 2 weeks, I'll pay you $50,000. Tesla's method for creation was to go into his sleep, go into a meditative state, and as a result be able to access infinite intelligence. And so that's what the I am power gives you, the power to reach into the infinite state to pull out things that have never been. But like the world, Edison didn't pay Tesla, and that's when they fell out. But the point is that the I am power is a power to define you in such a way that the world must respond to you in the way that you say. We think back, probably one of the greatest examples is Muhammad Ali. If you remember Muhammad Ali, when Muhammad Ali won the Olympics, his name was Cassius Marcellus Clay. And Ali won the Olympics, and once he came back, he declared to the world, I am the greatest. And you know what? Everybody laughed at him. I remember myself like, who is this brash young man? Really disrespectful. You won the Olympics, you haven't been tried and tested, and here you are saying, I am the greatest. And people laughed at him. I remember Howard Cosell laughing at him. But Gandhi said something profound about changing things, transforming things. He says, anytime you want to do something new, when he was working to free Indians, and he was actually a lawyer in South Africa, Gandhi said, whenever you do something new and profound, at first they laugh at you. And that's what they did. When Muhammad Ali said, I am the greatest, they laughed at him. We all did. And he said, then after they laugh at you and you keep on, they fight you. And I remember Howard Cosell challenging Ali. Well, what about Joe Louis? What about Rocky Marciano? How can you stand up? These people have been champions, and here you are just getting on the stage, and you're making this announcement, I am the greatest. But Gandhi says, after they laugh at you, after they fight you, you win. And think about this. I remember looking at the Olympics, that last Olympics, when Muhammad Ali was in the clutches of Parkinson's, and he was shaking, but the world acknowledged and said, let him light the torch. Let him set the Olympics in motion. Now, isn't this interesting? The world has accepted Muhammad Ali as the greatest. I am the greatest. If you look statistically, when you match him up against Joe Louis or Jack Johnson or some of the others, he was a great fighter. He was a good fighter. But the difference was Ali, through his mouth, declared, I am the greatest. You notice this? Michael Jordan has never said that. And the world, they'll say Michael is the greatest, but the world does not always treat him as the greatest because he has never declared it out of his own mouth. Even LeBron. If you look at LeBron, if you say who's the greatest, LeBron. But he has never declared it out of his own mouth. They'll say the GOAT, the greatest of all time. But the point is, what you declare out of your own mouth determines how the world responds to you. Now, people treat Michael with respect and, of course, LeBron, but they don't give him that same level of credibility and respect that Muhammad Ali does, because Muhammad Ali said and declared, I am the greatest. So whatever you put after I am, you become. And so as we move through this year, we have to put a watch over your mouth. Because the scripture also says in the book of John, the first chapter, first verse, it says, in the beginning was the Word. And the Word was with God, and the Word was God. So this is saying that the words that come out of your mouth create vibration. And vibration is the foundation of manifestation. We all know the Einstein formula, E, energy, vibration, equals mc squared. Manifestation, m times the speed of light squared. Now, whether it's a direct correlation, but it's a conceptual thing, that the level of your desire, the level of vibration that you, and the intensity that you think a thought, determines the level of manifestation of that thought in your life. Wow. So when we think about this idea now, even in Genesis, and it says, in the beginning was the Word. It says, and God said, let there be light. Operative word, said. Let there be light, and there was light. So this I am principle now is a powerful tool to help you carve out your life, to help you overcome challenges, but to also help you create incredible things. And so how do we develop it? How do we use it? How do we really use the I am power to the best of our ability to create the life by design? First, number one, the I am power is useful for self-awareness. You see, the I am power is a tool for you to declare who you are. When Muhammad Ali said, I am the greatest, the world responded accordingly. Similarly, you can use that same tool now to say, I am healthy. I am happy. I am whole. Whatever you put after I am, you become. That's powerful, folks. So this says now, this I am power in this idea of self-awareness and presence, this is how you're able to do our manifestation, our meditation. You notice in the meditation we'd say, I am at peace with myself. When you watch the Olympics, you could see how many of the athletes use the I am power to quiet their nerves, to eliminate anxiety. You have that same power. So that I am power can connect you to your source. You can cultivate a heightened state of self-awareness. You can use it to combat stress, to eliminate anxiety and distractions. See, this I am power can help you stay on point. My coach, my friend, Dave Smile, had his ritual he goes through with his daily affirmations, and he was saying some things that are so powerful. I am a great leader. I grow my sales team. I create more value in my community. I am a vessel of unstoppable motivation. So as we go through the rest of this year, put after I am whatever you want it to be. Whatever you want to experience in your life, you put that after I am. The second key. I am is a source of personal improvement and a source of confidence. You see it all the time when the teams get together to motivate one another, when they're down, many points and they need that extra push to get through. I am can help you develop and help strengthen your self-confidence. When you go out there, I love to watch the boxers when they get ready and they go, I am the winner. I am the greatest. I am the most powerful. I'll tell you in the book, in our book, in the 12 Universal Laws of Success, the law of command, that's what I am power comes under. And whatever you say, you're able to create in your life. This I am power helps you overcome self-doubt. You see, the one thing that undermines a lot of our efforts is personal doubt. We'll say, I want to create abundance. We'll say, I want to create good health. We'll say, I want to create good relationships. Whatever the thing is that you want to do, be, or have, when you state it, you literally create the vibration. But doubt can undermine it. And so I am, through affirmations, is a powerful antidote to self-doubt. You remember the story about the little train that said, I can do it, I can, I think I can, I think I can, I think I can, I think I can. Well, that I am power applied there gives you the ability now to overcome self-doubt, to overcome obstacles. It gives you the power to say things like, I am worthy. So now when you say that over and over and say it with such feeling, you radiate worthiness, and people who don't mean you any good will stay away. They'll laugh at you first, they'll challenge you, but eventually you win. So this I am power, in its use for personal improvement and to build your self-confidence, gives you the ability to overcome anything. Consistent failure. I am a success. I get it done. Bad relationships. I am worthy of a good person in my life. I am worthy of good things. Bad habits, drug. I am drug-free. Poor financial condition. I am debt-free. And so this idea of I am to help in your personal development and to build your self-confidence is an awesome tool now, because that says that the change is under your control. That you have the power now to create the life to exactly the way you want it to be. A third application of I am power can increase your creativity. And this is what Tesla did. That when you increase your creativity, you literally affirm who you are. And when you increase your creativity, you literally authenticate yourself as being a worthy channel for energy to flow. There are a number of people who solve great problems. There was a fellow, Edgar Cayce. If you get a chance, look up the Edgar Cayce Foundation. And he solved problems and challenges in his sleep. He could dream the solution. And so when you use the I am power to increase your creativity, you are affirming, I am brilliant. I was interviewing a lady, and she was sharing with me, she was a major corporate trainer, one of those hidden figures people. And she trained top executives for RCA, for Sony, for years. And I said, well, Madeline, what is your secret? Why? She said, because I am smart. I have the ability to see systems. She says, certain people will be on the ground floor in a factory and they'll see certain things. In my mind, I'm able to walk up to the balcony and see it from a different perspective. And so the I am power can increase your creativity. She was sharing how in a plant where they were making cars, they would have the chassis on a conveyor belt. And the conveyor belt went down the line and they put the different parts on the chassis and built the car. And then at the end of the line, they put the wheels on and rolled it on out to the yard. She looked down on it and she says, why don't you put the wheels on first? Then you don't need the conveyor belt. You could just roll the car along, saving the company millions, changing the entire way that they create cars. And so use the I am power to increase your level of creativity. You see, the only limitation that exists is your own imagination. And I am gives you the ability to connect the present consciousness with infinite intelligence. Because whatever you say I am, as the old lady with bad grammar, she says, whatever you say I am, you is. The fourth key, the power of I am, is I am can help facilitate your growth. That when you get stuck in the pig pens of life, when stuff is beating you down, when failures and disappointment and people, when stuff is not going the way you want it to do, you can say, I am victorious. I am a winner. I am able to overcome all that confronts me and fly like an eagle. You know, the symbolism of the prodigal son. You think about that. It says that the prodigal son was in the pig pens of life, and many of us have been there, where everything we did didn't work. where we went from failure to failure to failure, and finally you hit rock bottom. The prodigal son says, he came to himself. And what does that mean? He says he came to himself. He said, my father has food enough and more. So he was really saying, I am the son of an all-powerful, all-wealthy father. And so when you use that I am principle to help you get through anything that's challenging you, when the Goliaths come into your life, you know, David, when he faced Goliath, he really said, I am David. I am the one. I use the 5 stones and I will take him out. So this I am power to facilitate your growth is a powerful piece, because what it's saying now is there is no limitation to the person you can become. The only limitation you have is those that are self-imposed. And all you have to do to eliminate that is to use your power of creation, your I am power. To say, I am healthy. When your body, they say, you're sick. They say, I am smart. When the world around you says, you don't know what you're doing. We've never heard of anything like this before. And you can say, I am a great manager. I am a great CEO. I am a great mom. I am a great dad. Whatever you put after I am, you become. So let us summarize. This message today is really to introduce us to the absolute power tool. To the absolute power tool. The I am power is like having the socket. You have a light bulb, a lamp over here in my office, and until you plug that socket, that light into the socket, into the wall, it does not turn on. So your I am power gives you the ability to connect with your source to create anything you want with absolutely no limitation. So how do you use the I am power? Why do you use it? What can it do for you? Number one, it can increase your self-awareness and your presence so that you can now live an intentional life. You can live a life by design. It can increase your personal growth and confidence by being able to face any situation and say, I am. Let the weak say, I am strong. It can increase your creativity now, because anything you can see, you can be. And so any idea that comes into your mind when you say, I am it, I have it, I am able to manifest it, the power is there to help you do it. And then finally, the I am power facilitates your growth. Isn't it great to know that no matter what obstacles confront you, no matter what situations come up to undermine you, that I am victorious. I overcome. I win. When we use the I am power to increase our awareness, our presence, to establish that connection with our source. When we use it to strengthen our self-confidence and our personal growth to help us along the journey of life. When you use that I am power to connect with infinite intelligence to increase your creativity. And when you use that power to facilitate your growth so that no matter what happens, no matter what barriers come into your life, I am victorious. Then you can truly be what you want to be. Do what you want to do and have anything you desire. Always knowing that the best is yet to come. Let's let that sink in for a minute. The best is yet to come. Woo! Thank you so much for being with us on Instagram, on Facebook, on our Zoom meeting. Be sure to visit our website, herbertharris.com. If you need to speak to somebody to help put you inside where you need to be, to help you access and use your I am power, go to my website, herbertharris.com, and click on book a call, and let's talk about it. Thanks so much for being with us. Each Saturday morning at 8 a.m. we share this broadcast. Same channel, same station. Next week, bring somebody. Share it with someone. When we post it, listen to it, take notes. It can transform your life from what it is to anything you desire it to be. And so it is. Those of you on Zoom, hold on so we can have our discussion and our communications.